Gigaba says it's undesirable to allocate 0.7% of the budget to the Defence Force when the budget should actually be at least 2%. He says the underfunding of the military is a major concern.
The inability to fund the SANDF is not only counterproductive, as it not only robs the SANDF of ability to acquire the needed capabilities for combat, but it also undercuts the defense industry's ability to increase production and absorb more people, thereby creating job opportunities.
The underfunding also affects the operational needs of the Defence Force.
The availability of serviceable prime mission equipment for the SANDF is closely linked to DINEL's ability to stabilize its operations and increase its order book. For example, the committee regrets the information that all phases of Project Wolf Easter have not been delivered, despite the project starting in May 2007. Without the required capabilities such as the Roy Falk attack helicopter or operable Gripen fighter jets, the ability of the SANDF effectively to defend South Africa's territorial integrity remains in doubt. Furthermore, air and maritime defense remain underfunded, affecting operational readiness. Getting the entire defense value chain functional should be a critical preoccupation of the 7th administration.
Gigaba says they are still awaiting a withdrawal plan of the South African soldiers deployed in the DRC.
Of critical importance for the committee is how the members of the SANDF and our prime mission equipment will be secured and returned to the country, especially in light of the volatile and unpredictable nature of the area in Goma. The committee is still also to receive a detailed assessment of the impact of the withdrawal on SANDF members deployed as part of MONUSCO, the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the DRC.
There are also calls for the Defence Force to assist the police in fighting crime.
29,000 people die in the hands of criminals, whilst we have the National Defence Force, whilst we have the police, whilst we have the intelligence. And this is a cause for concern, because what it means in a constitutional democracy is that for any negligence in a constitutional democracy, as a form when a system we chose, the state can be held liable or can be sued for negligence. And now this particular 29,000 deaths, it reaches proportions of negligence, it reaches proportions of war, of terrorism. So the only response from the National Defence Force and the security cluster will be to ensure that we declare crime a war against humanity in our country.
Gigaba and Legwete insist that Africa will continue to fight for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. Pulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.